Hi, energy. I'm about to pull from alignment and see what's all going on today. Today feels honestly good, but we do have tense energy today, intriguingly. Um, what can I say on that? I don't know. It just made me scratch my head. I feel like it's irrelevant, but there is tense energy. Um, it might be complement to the weather, honestly, as it's getting warmer. People expecting a certain way, but it's not going that way. So it makes it tense, but it's like tense for no reason, if that makes sense. It's beautiful. The weather is beautiful. Like it's warm outside. I feel like we're going to fool around and have a summer in July behavior. Um, I say summer in July behavior. Christmas in July behavior. I normally celebrate Christmas in July, honestly. And it's a warmer time. It's not cold. Um, I feel like that's the behavior that is displaying today, and people are expecting something a little different metaphorically, and it's making it tense. Um, and that metaphor comes in a lot of different metaphors. Into what I mean by that is just expecting a certain outcome, and that outcome don't come out the way that you expect. It makes it tense, if that makes sense. Um, and once again, it's for no reason. It's just that it didn't go the way I expected. It's tense and intriguingly. But we're going to start off with the Eightfold Path and see where the mind is at and where the mind will be headed to. Which I got some other downloads. Oh, I gotta tell you about this. I went and bought another magazine. I bought This Love yesterday when I went to Walmart to prep for today. And I was in line waiting, and I looked over. I was like, oh, it's caught my attention. Um, and I started looking through it. I went through the first page. I read the first page um, while I was in line waiting because the line was long. And it was so funny because the introduction was welcome. And I was like, how so lovely. But it's breathe gratitude, be thankful. And I thought it was so lovely because I've been working with the concept a lot with the fireplace and, jotting down notes and things like that, what you're receiving. And then I went and recently bought me a snow globe. They got the fireplace concept too. Thought that was so perfectly in harmony. Oh, but that says Merry Cozy Christmas. stay nice and Stay nice and warm. This is all warm behavior. Intriguing, huh? But I could have put it right there. You can go right there. But I highlighted some things in here that stood out to me within the energy. Um, I was doing my laundry yesterday, so I'm gonna share that with you guys also. And one of the things that really caught my attention within that was the energy. I'll get to it in a minute, but I highlighted it so it caught my attention. But we're gonna see where the mind is at. Where is the mind at? Flexing. The mind is flexing. I give myself chuggles because it's so accurate. How funny, Jesus. Right livelihood. That's super funny. The mind is on flexing for sure. You got the right livelihood. That's so perfect. Where would the mind be headed to? That's funny, Jesus. I just feel like the energy, honestly. Like flexing. Your mind is headed to right speech. How funny. Your mind is at right livelihood and is headed to right speech. And hello, 'tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Dun 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 dun. Fa la 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 la. Red and green bass. It always remind me of Christmas time, honestly. And I put these in a different order now the way I laid it down. Intriguingly, your mind to be on right speech, headed to right livelihood. That might be important for somebody. Because by the way I laid it back down. After I sung that song. What song was that? Let's deck the halls. What I'm doing now, I'm pulling from the energy, is going through alignment and seeing what's going on pretty much. So that's probably right speech and then right livelihood because you will see it. So this is pretty much probably gonna be clarity, honestly. Do I want to start with breed gratitude? I think I'll start with the intriguing part. It's simple, but it stood out to me for a certain reason. It always does. I have to shout out something I love about this magazine a lot is their artifacts that they have. Honestly, this whole magazine is full of beautiful art, and I love art for an expression. I even did my first calendar that I made. Did I make that in September or October? It was September. I used the image from off of here um, to do it because I actually went to the store looking for a calendar. I didn't go to many places, but I did go to the store. I thought you can just buy a calendar at any time of the year. It's not just at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. It's mid year, headed to the end of the year, and I want a calendar. I'm ready to jot some. I'm ready to jot some things down. And I couldn't find a calendar. So like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own calendar, and that's what I did. And I shared it in my insight aspect because that's where I got triggered at to start expressing it in that form of a way in a calendar form. And it's compliments of like emotions that I'm feeling that's gonna be throughout that whole month, if that makes sense. And when I started in September, it was puzzle pieces coming together. You're walking into puzzle pieces. If that makes sense. But what did I highlight? What did you highlight, ma'am? Failure sometimes be seen as a failure sometimes be seen as a blessing. Failure sometimes be seen as a blessing. I thought that was so important. Here's how to make every no work in your favor. These are just highlights of energies. Being grateful requires reflection and a sense of perspective. And that's important. This is one of the energies I feel that's an intense aspect. It's a perspective. You can't have gratitude if you're only looking at it in one angle. I even got that one tatted on me because I'm all about the perspective for sure. It's part of my moon phrases and just knowing thyself, know thy universe, which I got that tatted on me too. That's that one right here, the kendo on it, which I got the kendo out today. I added to it today. I put celery pieces in my kendo. I feel like it was really important of energy to balance out in a light form for guidance. Um, I'm gonna read that one more time because this is actually in the category of the power of gratitude. Um, Being grateful requires reflection and a sense of perspective. That one was so important to me, honestly. I think that was the last one. Do I have another one in here? Oh, I got another one. We have another one in here, ma'am. You can also feel embarrassed. Oh my God, this one. This one. This is the one that I was talking about. It's the aspect of achieving more than others. That's the intriguing part in how you feel like you want to little yourself down because you thrive above other people. That can make an energy tense. It's almost a walking on eggshell aspect, but it's for no reason. It's like you naturally are great. This energy always triggers me just because uh, I don't know. I want to give a simple example, honestly, because I'm normally dressed up. Sometimes I just regular. Like today, I showed up normal. Like this, I pretty much woke up. I washed my face, brushed my teeth, but I ain't all made up. Haven't actually hopped in the shower yet. I am clean. I washed up last night, but I do wash up before I go to sleep and when I wake up. You know, I ain't laid my edges down or nothing. Like I'm just me at the moment. It get intensified later on. Put the HD on. In the meantime, this is how I'm showing up. And when I show up with HD style, certain people feel a certain type of way if they didn't do the HD. They didn't decide to do the HD. They feel like they should just be this way. And they get upset with people who do the HD, if that makes sense. It's one of those intriguing energies, or you have more. You with your friends and you want to go buy something, they ain't got the money. You feel like maybe I shouldn't buy this, or maybe I should buy something of less. It's one of those energies. It's intriguing, honestly. That's one of these tenth energies I was talking about. This one definitely is for today, for extra sure. You can feel embarrassed or apologetic for activating what someone else wanted or feeling uncomfortable about having more than a friend or relative. That is such an intriguing energy. I have to read that again because that one really triggered me. And that's the one I was getting ready to explain because I feel it in this tense energy. It's coming off tense for no reason. But I guess it's for a reason. People, insecurities are coming out. But intriguingly, it's your own. It could be your own. Because you have an empathy and sympathy for the lack that other people have. That's intriguing. It's almost a feeling of, I don't know if it's a feeling of you don't feel you deserve it, or maybe you shouldn't just shine. Like, I shouldn't shine. Y'all ain't shining. I shouldn't shine. It's tense. That's all I know. You can feel embarrassed or apologetic for activating what someone else wanted or feeling uncomfortable about having more than a friend or relative. And that was the last one I highlighted. These were things I highlighted yesterday when I was doing my laundry. And I definitely feel that tense energy of having more than somebody else and they feeling a certain type of way, or you're feeling a certain type of way because you know that they lack. So those are probably energies that you are dealing with also. And just a little bit more clarity on what I mean when I say tense. For no reason, metaphorically. They don't have, it's just, they don't have it. You don't have to shrink yourself to make other people comfortable, even though it's hard sometimes. I do that behavior a lot. Honestly, that I do. I'm actually feel like in the moment, I'm actually balancing myself out. I might actually be healing myself in that type of a karma form, metaphorically, just by my placement that I'm in now. Honestly. But I normally do sometimes shrink myself just to make other people comfortable. Because I just naturally shine. I naturally thrive. In its own simple, basic terms, My hygiene aspect, metaphorically, blows people fucking mind. You just too damn clean. You too perfect. The fuck? That's how it's supposed to be. Like, but then some people normally don't think of washing up all the time. Some people don't even think of brushing their teeth often. Not bump every day, often. Intriguing energy, Jesus. Very intriguing. I can feel it. It's tense. It's an energy I kind of want to drift away from a little bit, but certain you can't run from it. That's why I say even I feel like I'm in it myself, metaphorically. That's the intriguing part. I'm always in it. Honestly, I feel like my life is that metaphorically. That's why I say I feel like within the situation of energy, I'm healing myself, where I'm still going to express no matter what. I normally deal with this type of energy when I'm dealing with couples, honestly. Um, this is a good example, but it reminds me of it. Being around a person who's with somebody already, I normally will cover up because I know their spouse is going to look at me. But it's just like, that means you are with the wrong person. They got you feeling insecure because somebody come around that's attractive. You can't have a friend that's attractive because your spouse's eyes are going to drift away. That's a problem. You with the wrong person. They bringing out your insecurities. Either you can heal within that or you with the wrong person. Which making me have to shrink my goddamn self down. I want to come out and shine today. I can't fucking shine because my goddamn friend is with a goddamn cheater. And to make everybody comfortable, I'm going to cover up. Other than we need to lift this fucking veil up today and you realize you with the wrong person. I need to have a conversation as to, I don't know what the fuck I'll have a conversation about shit. It's just, that's just the behavior that I'm used to. And I even started off within my own growing up structure with my damn mom. That's the intriguing part. How are you insecure about people you bring around because of me? But that we gotta reevaluate this whole situation. I ain't the fucking problem. It's the person you dealing with and your own insecurities. That's an intriguing energy, Jesus. I want to drift away from it. But cause and effect. Can't. I am still in this energy, metaphorically. It's like, how are you going to escape something that you actually still live, ma'am? Still healing. I'm still healing, honestly. Still healing. But the law of cause and effect is the highlight today. I think I summed that up pretty much already, even with the highlights from laundry. It's definitely an energy of having more than somebody. And you just apologetic or feel, what the hell did that say? That is so weird when you feel like you the problem and you ain't the fucking problem. Embarrassed, apologetic. You may feel embarrassed or apologetic for activating what someone else wanted or feeling uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. That's normally I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I do apologize. Like that's just my natural behavior. Embarrassed? No, not really. I really don't feel embarrassed. That's not my level of that. I already apologized. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you're insecure. You know, I'm sorry I had to be honest with you. Even though that just sounds weird to even apologize about. What is anything about that to be sorry about? That's a thank you. That's gratitude. They should be saying thank you. That whole conversation should be just so thankful. Thank you for being honest with me. What was the other examples I used? I can't remember what the heck I just said, but what energy, Jesus. Today, intriguing, lovely. Love, cause, and effect. What is the message within this? Going over to the divine energy, the oracle, really quick. See what this message is. Got right livelihood. You good at right and right speech. Shouldn't feel bad. Now you can maybe give a little gratitude. Not gratitude. Compassion. And if like you have a lot, give to them so they have to, like it balance out a little bit. You go to the store and you buy something, buy them something. If they don't have it, that makes a little bit more sense. But just like, I don't know, this reminds me of a situation when it comes to even eating, having food. I have food. That's a behavior I experience a lot sometimes. Sometimes when I'm around people and they don't got food, I don't eat. I wait till later on to eat because I know that they don't have, and I don't honestly want to share my food. I don't give myself chuggles. There it goes again. What category did I fall into? It's not embarrassed. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember the phrases again that fast. But I want to say like awkward, intriguingly, but I have that behavior. And normally, sometimes even my family, if they don't have, I won't eat. Even though I have the food, I can eat. It's just they just be watching and looking, and it's just like, what the fuck are you looking at? You're not getting any. And not in a mean way. It's just, I know that would be my response. And it's like, instead of doing that response, I just wait till later. So I can actually have a great little moment with myself and what I'm consuming of, other than feeling a certain type of way because I'm enjoying what I'm consuming of. But I got eyes over there watching me, or I know that they probably want some, or something like that. That makes sense. It do becomes awkward to me, honestly. And some people are like, that's the energy of being around broke people or bottom people or things like that. It's not even that type of an energy. It's just y'all both can have a balanced out situation, maybe financially. It's just I don't know if I can use that example. Let me see. Let me see. Who on these decks? Be of service. Laugh at your demons. I give myself chuckles, Jesus. This is how I felt when Right Livelihood fell out. I was in the process of doing a chuggle, and then Right Livelihood fell out. I was like, I give myself chuckles. I'm always saying something flexing. This it feels like a fucking flex. Unapologetic for sure. And it came out. Laugh at your fucking demons. And this one says, be of service. All right, I'm just gonna let that be because I know it's not a competition aspect. And look at that, one of my candle wicks did go out. Probably went out when I moved in. I just actually noticed. I feel like that's an example too of this. But it's not supposed to be a competition aspect. It's something I talk about a lot, honestly. Not watching somebody else structure or pockets or things like that, and not this feels like self. This feels like self work all day. Honestly, I think he even said it. But this could be observers or making you feel this way. That's the intriguing part. Yeah, you. This is self. This is not outsiders feeling this way. But they feel this way. If that makes sense. It's just, this ain't supposed to be a balanced out situation of an expression. You have it. It is what it is. Or it. I mean, you are it. If that makes sense. Just, hi. Self work for sure. That's self work. And Right Livelihood came out. So whatever it is, it's right livelihood. You're living right. You're doing something right. You shouldn't feel bad about that. You're just headed to the right speech. Maybe you're gonna start expressing that to people. You're not gonna feel bad, or you're not gonna be apologizing. This is my life. It's my life. My life. It's my life. That's an intriguing energy. You got self work. This is self work, and I gave tons of examples of myself. Shit. Even the way I show up today. Can you tell I got some work to do? Looking a little roughy rough, but it's okay. It'd be like this sometimes. You're looking a little rough. I know, right? Shit. It is what it is. I'm gonna hit HD in a little bit though. Don't even worry. I'm gonna hit HD in a little bit. Don't even worry. I'm gonna hit HD in a little bit. High def, upgrade, elevate him real quick. Magic style, real quick. But raise your vibration. Da. Raise your vibration. This is a simple message today for sure. This is definitely self being unapologetic. Shine. Allow yourself. Be true to yourself. Allow yourself to shine. Do not feel bad about the blessings that you have received. And it's intriguing because I went to Pandora today, and the first song that came on was Jeezy, and it was bottom of the map. I didn't listen to it. I just caught the title of it just because my agenda was on a different agenda today, honestly. Um, Even though both of those are my agendas, that's naturally my authentic behavior, which this could be maybe you started in a bottom aspect and now you thriving. That's an trigger energy. That feels like that type of energy. Some people think you better. Some people think you better than others. And intriguingly, you think that same way. If that makes sense. That's an intriguing energy. But raise your vibration is important. And then be true to yourself. And they both go in the right livelihood. Even something simple today for me, raising my own vibration personally, I decided to start off my morning on what they call more of a health kick aspect. Even if I don't do it throughout the day, at least when I rise up, that's what I wanted to consume of. I like celery naturally. I got some beetroot powder mix, and I got some super collagen. Just, I want my intake to be really great, honestly, which that's another energy. I expressed yesterday as into how many times should we have sex a day? And when I posted it and I felt that way, I was like, that's a good question. I really felt that way. But Spirit woke me up early in the morning, like at 1 o'clock in the morning this morning, and had me reevaluate that statement. And it just was like, why would you have to ask that question? It's like it felt forceful, if that makes sense. Like forceful. Like you making a person come up with a certain amount of times that it should happen. It's like, I just thought it was a great question because you can assume like they want sex all the time and maybe they really don't. And thank you for the ones who actually commented, gave feedback. Like I really did appreciate that. Some people really thought pretty much 7 times a day. Some thought, like 4 times, a week or some shit like that. And I was like, that's great. Honestly, I appreciated the feedback because that was a real question. Because for me, honestly, half the time I don't think about sex. Half the time I do not be thinking about sex. You would swear I was a nun. Then sometimes I just be like, well, it'd be nice at least once a week. I mean, not once a week. Maybe that wouldn't be bad, but like one time a day a week. At least once. Shit. In a perfect world for me, in a whole month, I take 5 times a month, and I'll be good to go. Honestly, I'm juiced up. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. And people think that's crazy, but I'm never honestly thinking about sex for the most part. And on top of that, the energy I was thinking about, I was building. When I get with somebody, I know I'm not playing in sex. I'm trying to have a baby. I am having sex to have a baby. So how often should we be having intercourse to consume? Like that's where my mind was at, if that makes sense. It wasn't just a random playing sex. It was literally from my other person, like, how often do you think we should have sex? How often do you expect sex? For me, chick, as I just expressed, if they hearing what I'm saying, they're gonna be a little looking at me sideways. My partner might start drifting the fuck off because he thought he supposed to get it all the time, and I'm busy. I'm tired. Got things to do. My body gotta heal up. You're not about to keep busting me open all the fucking time. Footerities. Even though you want a baby and you talk about getting busted open, just in general. I ain't trying to get pregnant tomorrow. I just mean in general. I'm still youthful. I know I'm gonna be able to produce a baby in my high numbers of age. That's not a big deal for me personally. Um, I just learned from my past relationships that they do expect sex often, and I'll be busy. I'll be thinking about sex all the time. I just don't. I just wanted to elaborate on that and touch on it. I deleted it just because I feel like when I get to that point, I can just ask that person that, listen, or it's like it's already been discussed and things like that. But the way it came through in a tacky form, as into it felt forceful, like you're forcing a person to. That's the aspect of being true to yourself. They might feel this way where it's like, I don't really want sex all the time. This could be a guy perspective too. That's the way I was feeling it. Like this could be a guy perspective. You thinking he wants sex all the time, or he might think you want sex all the time. I'm just spread the web. And that's not really what they want. Like I don't want sex all the time. I'll be busy. It's impossible for me to even give you sex all the time. But they know your perspective as to I'm not even thinking about sex often either. It'll go very well. But this energy feel like it could be a forceful energy because they don't know how much you want sex. They're just going off an assumption of maybe a stereotype or something like that. How it's a stereotype of how often you're supposed to have sex. That's why I was asked the question because different perspectives for different people, honestly. Which I did agree with one person because it do make sense. Like you have to be unemployed or something to have sex like 7 times a day. Like, you got nothing to do all day. You just having sex all day. And that's not bad. It's just eventually you're gonna get tired. It ain't no fun. To each his own. To each his own. Whatever floats the person boat, get the wheels to chugging. It is what it is. That's being true to yourself. It's just over here. Hell no. Hell extra no. Where we're not having sex often. We're gonna have a lot of it when we do, but we might fuck crazy one whole week. The next week, no. We are healing and recovering. We gonna cuddle and kiss and what they call that 12 play, 4 play with each other, but we're not. Then the next week we might hop back in, or we might not. I don't know. It's just I don't do sex all the time, honestly. What made me think about that? Live life to the fullest. What made me even think about that? I don't know, but however it go, I do appreciate the ones who commented, honestly, knowledge back to my question because it was a serious question. It is a serious question, not for just me, but a lot of people, honestly. And I think they gave me some great feedback, honestly. But yes, I did delete it. I guess it was one of those you caught it or you didn't. I received what I needed to, and that's all that matters. And I get to express now to you guys as to my perspective. So I guess that works out quite well. I'm pretty sure it's not what you expected either. That's the intriguing part. That's the extra intriguing part. But it's like some people they probably did expect it. That's the intriguing part. Like I thought you was fucking all the time. You like you should fuck all the time. You look like you should fuck all the time. But that's something else I wanted to say really, Clark. Oh, another aspect that made me excited about the feedback that I got back is I have been on baby crave mode. I'm not on baby crave mode at the moment. I'm not even sure if I even want another baby, honestly. Being honest, but I do know what I will produce if I do. Like I'm already connected to the child already. So it's like that one is already done deal. Maybe that's in due timing. Or just the freedom aspect. But it was nice to know that I could get sex whenever I want. Somebody would give it to me for sure. If I was just on a desperate behavior, if that makes sense, it would come through all day. You wouldn't mind all day, 7 times a day. Okay, I'm sure there's no way I'm not gonna get knocked out. There's no way I'm not gonna get knocked out. It's just an example. It made me happy for my own personal self, honestly, because I do have a hard time in the spouse compatibility aspect. Um, I've been single for a long time just because values are really important to me. And my mixture has to be quite perfect because we follow the same values and principles. We won't have any static behavior in our structure. That's what I need, and I normally don't find that. So it is what it is until the meantime. It is what it is until that come into fruition, I guess. In the meantime, it is what it is. Solo it is. And that comes with no sex for the most part, honestly. Man, what do you mean the most part? Reasons. I just gave you the reason. That's funny that came out. And then be open to love. That came through recently. I think that was like yesterday's translation, honestly. Um, a fear of even starting over again. When you put yourself out there like a person like me who was fragile and it's just meant to build. Like I already know the way my structure is supposed to be. And you keep putting yourself out there and it just not being right. You have to keep doing it over and over. I ain't done it that many times. I ain't no snoozy or nothing. Like my track record is quite, geez, man. You can add a couple more badges on there. That'd be okay, but it won't at the same time when you know better. Um, Kind of forgot what I say. It just becomes like I think I'm just over this. Honestly, for the moment, I'm over it. If that makes sense. 'Cause I get connected. I get connected quickly. I get the building. That's what I'm meant to do. I don't waste time. It's not meant to waste time. And then the whole time they just be thinking everything a game. That makes me get all just. But you have to be open to it. Start over again, ma'am. What did you learn from the last one? What did I learn from the last one? Communicate more. Actually learn each other. Like probably what I'm doing now, honestly. Learn each other. What do you know about this person? You know how to go find them right now where they're at? What do they like to eat? Things like that. Learn each other. You know? Other than just investing in having sex. And just we're gonna get married and all this stuff and have kids together, but I don't even know where you from. I don't know the gym you go to. I don't know your mama or daddy's name. I don't know your sisters or brothers. I don't know if you even got brothers or sisters. Like, take time to learn people will be lovely. That's what I learned from my last one, metaphorically. Y'all spent all this time together and ain't learned nothing. I see why y'all was arguing. I don't know you. I give myself chuckles, Jesus. But seriously, very serious. We're gonna see what zodiac is standing out today. Raise your vibration. That's so important. Gemini. Aye. Good Gemini. Could be that two perspectives. Responsive and versatile. Fast to act, often rapidly moving in multiple directions at once. Due to being ruled by Mercury, you have a versatile personality and are able to adapt to environments. Maintaining split motives and values, the great conductor, Gemini, entertains two perspectives about everything. Let's just something about perspectives a little bit ago. I can't honestly remember. That's that energy. And then within that, you have to raise your vibration and be true to yourself. Then it's another energy that's coming through and this feels like a love base. It even says it be open to love and reasons. That there's reasons why. Oh, Zodiac. Oh, that's a big bird. Is that a bird? That's a big bird. Oh my Jesus. How lovely. I kind of want to show you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. When Pisces come out. I kind of want to show. Let's see if I can get the angle of it. It's over there on the tree. Right in the middle part. I don't know if I can zoom in while I'm recording, but it's over there. How lovely. Very, very lovely. Very gorgeous. And then you fly away. How lovely. Pardon me. I feel like very infatuated. That's the second one that caught my attention today. The other one was at the top branch. And the fire just popped. Just wanted to tell me good morning. It's intriguing when it's me telling me good morning, but in a different form. That's the intriguing part. Like I was identifying as a bird, but the bird was greeting me. That makes sense, but it's my guidance. It's coming from the top branch, seeing all top top floor status. Sky top view. If that makes sense. Came to greet me in the moon this morning. I woke up and the moon was still out. It was like good morning, which is the thing. You think of light in the dark when you see the moon, and it was daytime and the moon was still out. It was intriguing, and it was right above the wire lines. It was intriguing. It was so beautiful. I was so happy when I got up and I looked out the window and I was like, "Oh my God, the moon is still out! How gorgeous!" It was really gorgeous, and that's I keep getting energy in that form of a way when it comes to light and the dark between the moon and that chirper and the street light aspect. Like it was off, but it was energy still coming through. Something is really important about that energy. Um, Even though I really yesterday meant to ask to the light wasn't on. Why the light's not on? It's looking a little dark out here. I ain't got the light on yet. But Pisces came out too. And it landed on the 10th house. And then go over reasons. I want to take a look at something really quick in my birth chart really quick. I know Pisces is in my 4th house, which is family. My family. That could be true to yourself. If somebody in my family not being legit, that's just like I just explained that. When it goes with the moon, that's a family form to me. It's me. If that makes sense. Then the chirper, that's me. It's a family form, but you can deny it or don't think that it's you. But there's reasons. Let's go with being true to yourself, and that's Pisces energy. But I want to see this Gemini energy. It's the 8th house. It's going with transformation. It's definitely raise your vibration and be open to love. You're going through a transformation. And then Pisces, as I said, it's in 4th house, and it's home and family, and it's going to be true to yourself. Now, I actually want to pull from the houses and astrology and see. 2nd house, values. The values again. And guess who that follows up for me? That's Jupiter. Wonderful Jupiter. And it's luck. Luck and bold energy, arrogant energy. Sagittarius is in my 2nd house, and it symbolizes Lady Luck. Always in the right place at the right time. That's why you got the right livelihood also. Because you're always in the right place at the right time. Time is on your side, as they say. And just that whole concept right there can have a person on bold, arrogant behavior. But it's definitely going in values too. Your values have you thriving because it's authentic. And it always have you in the right place at the right time. And people can see that. That's the reasons. Very lovely. Second house, it's your values. We're dealing with values today. What's your values? What's your principles? And oh, double bus. 3 buses, Jesus, back to back. That's 3 buses I just seen back to back. Class, class, class. That's hella class, right? Ooh, 3 buses again back to back. What's your values? For sure. I want to say class just because 3 school buses came back to back, coming to be 6, but it was bus, bus, bus went by. Bus, bus, bus went by. It all in 3 back to back, not spaced out. That's hella important. Honestly. It's even like this translation. This message keep coming out in different forms, whether it's coming from the divine energy oracle, the houses in astrology, the eightfold path, the universal laws, the zodiacs. It's the same message, back to back, intriguingly. What are your values? It's your values. For extra sure. I'm gonna get another message really quick. Is there any more messages? Next one's in my eye. What am I little? You can see my bells. I still got my bells in my hair. And I just recently washed it, so I feel all light. It's intriguing when you braid your hair in singles like this. I would say they normally tell you not to wash it because they do make it loosen a little bit, but you might like that because it do be tight. Even for me, I learned how to make it lighter. I use less hair when I'm putting it in there, and it makes it lighter, which I guess that makes sense. But I make the braid smaller, and I use less hair, and it makes it much lighter. Like I feel like a feather, honestly. Other than like, oh my Jesus, I can't even like lift it up into a ponytail because it's so heavy. The moral of the story is, I normally wash it, and it makes it lighter automatically. Like the hair feels lighter, and I love that so much, honestly. Other than if you don't, it's like it has this stiff type of feel, if that makes sense. Like even after you dip it, 'cause I need to dip mine again, honestly. I've been washing it so much. I've been in water a lot, but when you dip it in water, hot water, which normally makes it straight or curly, depending on what you're doing, it makes it lighter too. But when you actually wash it, like shampoo it, it makes it so much lighter. Right now, it's really light, honestly. Just feel like sharing that because those things that I enjoy, honestly. And I love washing my hair when I have braid. I like washing my hair in general. And I like when my hair smells good, honestly. It just kind of makes sense. But some people don't follow that concept, honestly. It's just to each his own. It's too close to my brain. It's like it's on my brain, if that makes sense. Guidance. It's on my brain. That's funny, Jesus. Guidance. How do you communicate with your guidance? Is a great question. For me, I did it today in music form. As I was telling you guys, I went to Pandora today, and I went to Elevation Worship. And I can have a conversation with my guidance through music. And that's what I did. That came out there. Who is this? This is the Oracle of the Universe. How are you communicating with your guidance? Can you have a direct conversation with your guidance? Not where you pray and you just wait, and can you receive it back? Like you on a telephone with them. And for me, I did it in music form. That's to be open to love, your guidance. protection. Your guidance is your protection. How lovely. I love this image too, honestly. That's super gorgeous. The eye of God. That's intriguing because within this image and what this says, this feels like energy I just came through as into you know how to get connected to everybody. And I want to say God, because it's in everybody. It's a protection form. And just how I said, for me, it was music. The intriguing part about that is the process of that having to be done for me to even be able to receive it in music, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's the definition of what I speak of a lot as to climbing to the top. Some have to climb to the top for everybody to recognize it. If that makes sense. Or I feel like a sacrifice energy because it's the process. It's a process of receiving. Like you think of like an actual artist, like a art become intriguing because some people think this is art, and then some people think like a rapper or a singer is an artist. It's all art, but some people have a Gemini behavior when it comes to two perspectives. To art is just maybe this, or art is I don't know. I normally think of like things like this. Honestly, art. But I'm thinking of a person. What should I express? I want to say like character of an expression. Honestly, having a vision, and they go like in the booth, the area where they project it at, so we'll be able to receive it in this type of form of a way. It's a process that they have to go through of receiving, projecting, and then sending it out. You know, they probably do things in between, maybe custom it, or if you like me, I normally just send it out. I don't do no editing or nothing in my videos. I just send it out the way it came through. Um, because I realized it's going to display somewhere. Even that little goofy or I didn't mean that moment is going to display in somebody else's life. That's their message. It's the intriguing part. So I just send it out the way it is. Definitely even myself. It always displays. That's the intriguing part. Like I read for myself. I can read for myself. That's the intriguing part. It's just I know I'm a mirroring aspect, and I do have family forms that I can. This energy is so deep and intense. How deep it is, because I have readers who literally read my energy the same way I'm pulling energy. I go watch their videos, and they have pulled from my energy and can read for me, and it's the same and vice versa. And that for me, I expressed that just the other day. Like I love my community. Like that's just amazing how they can pull my, it's like I do it. It's funny when it's like your behavior done on you. But it's like, damn, you read my highs and my lows. Ma'am, I knew you was somewhere arguing with somebody. I knew you did this and this and that. It's amazing, honestly. Um, this house so connected with so many people. And it always reminds me of music, how it operates. For me, in my tarot community, psychics, the Reikis, and all the other ones that's out there, um, in that form of doing light in the dark and give it enters, that you just like how you know that, you know. Um, what was I about to say? I can't forget about to say. It reminds me of music, cause it always comes right on back. It's like you do it, and so many people can resonate with it no matter when. That's the intriguing part. It's like an automatic blueprint. But it's that sacrifice of taking that time to do it. That's the intriguing part of energy. And it's a protection form and guidance. But I have to give a shout out to those ones too, like a dispatch aspect when it comes to like newspapers. They writing it down. Um, Books is so many levels to it. It's just for me at the moment. I do got my music on my note because this is what I do. I do lie in the dark, and it always displays in the Wheel of Fortune. Like I'm putting it out now, but this message might be relevant tomorrow. Also, it'd be relevant next year. That's the intriguing part within this energy, and be able to resonate with so many people. Sagittarius looking over at me, darling. What are you up to? First responding. A very firm energy. Very firm. That's just what I said. It's funny. It's the protection. It's firm. Mm. And motivation. That's funny. Lovely. We're going to wrap it up with worry less prayer. I can't wait till I get my new deck, honestly. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see what's all going on with my new energy, which I'm pretty sure is going to be part of the raise your vibration energy for this rhythm. Honestly, so I'm really looking forward to that. I got the hiccups, Jesus. Let me get some water. Pardon me, I gotta reach over the phone really quick. I see my underarms. They shaved. Let's see. I got my underarm all up in the camera today, Jesus. Luckily, I'm always ready. Or it would have been really intriguing. It would have been really intriguing. Some people don't shave. There's nothing wrong with it for them. Metaphorically, it's just for me. I don't like the way it feel, honestly. Like, I don't know. I just like the way it feel. Or look, and I'm lifting my arms up like that, and it's like, well, my legs, I want the way it feel. I'm rubbing my legs, and it just feel all hairy. It's awkward to me. But to each his own. I shave my arms too, honestly. I got into the habit of pretty much shaving my arms and my legs by getting tattoos, honestly. Um, but that's what they do. They shave my arm and then they tattoo it. And it's just like, I like that concept of not having hair there, so I just now all the time just shave it just because I got introduced to. They shave me before they tattoo me, and eventually I'm gonna be covered in tattoos, so it just makes sense to always be shaved. If that makes sense. So, yeah. A little FYI. Worrying off worries. Worrying off worries. Tense energy for no reason goes in the category today of Psalms 88.1. And why do I sound like that, Jesus? I don't know, because it's a tense energy for no reason. It's one that it's mirroring right back to me. It's mirroring right back to me. I'm still healing myself within this situation of naturally being a thriver and people not liking that I'm such a thriver. That's the intriguing part. And it's like, I'm not even fully bloomed yet. That's the intriguing part. That part gets scary when it's like, it's only like a little peekaboo of greatness. Like, I ain't even a goddamn celebrity or nothing metaphorically yet. And not that I want to be, honestly, because I like my little private life metaphorically, even though I'm always sharing, like, how you like so private? You believe I live a private life. You best to believe it. I share it with you guys. I don't hide. I'm like nature. I am a nature base. I can't hide. You guys even like consuming of me. But I like assuming on myself too, also, but I can't hide. And I don't try to hide. It's just, I appreciate my life, honestly. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's just, it makes me thankful for the life that I have when I see people who are in the spotlight and it seems not to have no type of privacy. Like, definitely in situations where they have to go heal themselves, like they feel this type of way, and they just such in the spotlight. They don't get to go and let me go think about how to heal myself or go heal myself. It's like they such in the spotlight. You don't get a chance metaphorically to heal. And if you do, it's not in a delicate way metaphorically, So I appreciate my life, honestly. A lot of people even judge me by that just because, like, you don't have so many followers, you don't have so many subscribers. And it's like, I don't do it for that. It's not what I do it for. When I first started doing this, it was in a journal base. I started with a journal. I would just receive information and I would write it down. Then I started realizing how it displayed. Just like a book, like this book that I'm expressing right now that's displaying the energy right now. It started off like that. Then I just started recording on social media. Then I started using cards and like a tool. Like, I'm recognizing signs everywhere that continue and continue and continue. But it started in a journal by me receiving information. I would just write it down. And now I didn't care about how many people was tuning in to my goddamn journal. It's for me. And you can just relate to it. That's why I started sharing it. Like, oh my God. This is repeating. These are things that's really happening. So that's the intriguing part. And that's where I stay true to myself. I'm not going and hunting for people when it's like that's not even what I started doing it for. It's like you either get it or you don't. Crossing safely. Crossing safely. That's me right there. I'm crossing safely. I'm evolving safely. Which I actually talked about that too. I go in the same category, and I did acknowledge that I appreciated comments. People commenting like I post like I'm not a person who don't like feedback. I got a book right here. I'm getting feedback from somebody else, but all the time, criticism is intriguing. And that's what people in the spotlight, they normally deal with criticism. It's not normally pom-pomming, yay, I love you. Like, you get that too, that's nice and comforting. But ones who get criticism all the time by what they do, and it's just out there, and it's like, that gotta be intriguing. That gotta be intriguing. That's that behavior. Honestly, I'm not saying that I condone anybody doing this, but it makes sense when I hear about. They normally say it'd be white people who do this, but I'm sure black ones do it too. I ain't gonna put a color on it, but they just go down the street and shoot the whole block up. It'd be reasons like that. Like, you are really fucking with my mental. And there's nothing I can do. They would say, get off of social media and things like that. Certain aspect, it still happen outside of social media, if that makes sense. I think school taught people that simple things of this is young people I'm talking about. Like, were you forced to have to go somewhere? And people normally make fun of you or things like that. Like, that's an intriguing energy, honestly. It's an intriguing energy. But for me, I feel like it's good with me. Crossing safely. You get to do this in a safe form. And it goes with Isaiah 41:13. The Lord your God hold you the Lord God hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not, I am the one who helps you. The Lord your God hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not, I am the one who helps you. Isaiah 41:13. I think that is so lovely. This reminds me of the energy they would say, I will strengthen you with my right hand. It's saying, hold your right hand. In my right hand, I got the Ouija. I got the wonderful little all seeing eye. I got Ouija. And on my other hand, I got a rose, which is intriguing because it is a rose in this category. It is a flower base that I'm in. So I think the flower base is really intriguing. But that's funny. That's so funny. My left hand, this is my frostbitten hand. This is my really severe, still healing trauma form one. I got nails on this one, and my ring finger is damaged. But this is pretty much my good hand, but I do got a situation over here where this finger just is on, we gonna be on vacation. We're gonna be on vacation. Um, but this is my good hand. That's the intriguing part, but there's still a situation going on over here. That's the intriguing part within that energy when it says I was strengthening you with my right hand. I feel like that's a perspective on that, honestly. God has a plan. You got a plan? You got a plan? Lovely. That goes with Jeremiah 29:11. I know what I'm doing. I have it all planned out. Plans to take care of you, not abandon you. Plans to give you a plans to give you the future you hope for. When you call on me, when you call on me, when you come and pray to me, I'll listen. Jeremiah 29:11. That was really comforting, honestly. That goes back to guidance and protection. How do you communicate with them? How do you recognize your guidance giving you information? Like you might know how you send it out. How do it come back to you in a protection form? It should be in a motivation form. Like for me, it comes in lots of forms. Today it was music. It was the start of my day, honestly. After I go and prep myself, when it was time to go receive, get ready, I turned on music, Pandora, and I went to elevation worship, and I acknowledged my guidance, and then my guidance acknowledged me. Then it was back and forth, like a natural conversation. And values are really important, whether it's going with what I just explained or just within yourself. Not feeling bad about what you have is really important to appreciate it. I feel like they say appreciate it, not abuse it. Because that's the energy that is taking me to this energy when people get to the top and they totally forget the purpose, the journey, where you do think you really are better than people. But this is not the type of energy. You don't feel that way, but you're making yourself feel that way. It's tense for no reason. But that's the energy for today. Anything else I want to say? Anything else I want to say? Nope. Have a great day, you guys.